There you go.
Or can I? Okay. Well, according to this, we've got no viewers, so it takes a while to catch up.
Yeah.
That goes there.
I'm looking in users in chat.
Okay. Interesting. Say hello. Tell them we'll be starting very shortly. If you like, I mean. I've enabled multi-stream. I have no idea this has actually worked. Let's have a look. Genuinely, new notification from Gaming Faffery. Is missing a description. What it says on the tin. What it says on the tin. I've just realised I've forgotten to mute our microphones. Everything we've been saying, people have been hearing.
Oh, thank God.
I'm going to stop this now, I think.
As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more.
Oh dear, Bod, it's all going so wrong. First of all, the graphics turn up in a little thingy box, which I've got to put up. Then I realised I'd forgotten to mute the desktop audio, so there was no music. Oh, it's going wrong. Then I dropped my microphone.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And for some reason, all I've got is you, so let's do that instead. Which means you don't take up the full screen. Hello there, welcome to the Flash and Globe podcast. I'm Siobhan, and with me is Brianna of Darth. Just made sense. I'm going to take my glasses off. You look better like this.
What made sense is that if season 8 didn't suck.
Hang on. No, I can't actually see anything. Plus, my bloody thing's doing a thing again, Brian.
It's focusing. Yeah, I see that. You're going to have to beat it or something.
It does this bloody annoying autofocus thing. There we go. Turned it off. And yet next time I use this software, it will turn... No, come on. And now I've vanished. Oh, I know why. No, hang on. It's doing a thing. Why is it doing a thing? Okay, it's now looking like... Ah!
This is how you know the machines are coming to get you.
Yeah, hi guys. I'm crap with technology. Anyway, Happy New Year, I suppose.
Happy New Year.
Yes. Here's hoping
First
that there's
episode
no
of
more
2020.
mutated chicken wings with feathers on. Oh, the whinging I've had off this guy.
Oh, hey, bad chicken wings can ruin an entire entire weekend.
Listen, hang on. Your chicken wings, yeah? They're basically what? Chicken wings dipped in sauce, yes?
There are variations, but more or less.
But you don't get much meat on chicken wings. Why not just
Oh
have
no,
chicken breast?
yes you do.
But there's
Oh
bones.
my poor deprived out of New York Stater. Yeah, no, our chicken wings are huge, gigantic even.
Well, that's nice to hear, you degenerate colonist. New York out of stater indeed. And now I've dropped my lighter. It's all going wrong tonight. I was really looking forward to this show. Did you know that? I was really looking forward to it. And now everything's just falling apart.
Thank God we're not professionals.
Technically, I'm supposed to be. Look, it's a new medium. It's hello, Bopey42. Yeah, there we go. There's another
Opie,
person.
you've come back.
You know,
This
Bopey?
is a person that can attest to our chicken wings.
Is that Jess or your sister?
That's my sister.
Hello, Bopey. Please take him away from me. By the way, any interesting childhood stories you may care to share, please get in touch. Sorry.
She does have one about a convention
Oh, that'll be
and
fun.
waking me up a little early.
Yes. You have Paco. What's Paco?
Paco would be me. She nicknamed me off an anime character.
Hello, Benny. Now, Benny might be coming on the show soon. Simply because I want to try and shake the format up a little bit. Over the years, it's always been me and one or two other people. And, well, I moved over to Twitch to do a live show for the interactivity, you see. So I quite like the idea of inviting people onto the show, just listeners. Come into the show for an episode and chat about things. Sorry, I am reading chat at the moment and it's pleasing me greatly, Paco. So it's your second name, Rabat. So, yes.
Actually, it's Paco Paco. From the irascible Captain Tyler, I believe.
Okay. If you say
It's
so.
a 90s anime. Don't read too much into it. Yeah.
Right, good. Well, that's nice to know. So yeah, I was looking forward to this show until everything started falling apart. Simply because it's been a good week for the telly. It's really been. In fact, I was so happy on Wednesday night on Facebook and Twitter. I posted a picture of Sam Seeley. I did. I posted a picture of Sam Seeley. I was that happy.
It's been an amazing week on television.
It's been. Well, I don't know what you get over there in the United Degenerate Colonies of Britain, but our telly was good. What did you get? How many adverts?
I get. Let's put it this way: I can be anywhere in the world.
Well,
for
that's
TV.
fucking scary, quite frankly.
BBC One has had an excellent week for television.
Sorry, I'm just looking to make sure you're not here. Yes, the BBC's knocked it out of the park this week. There's no two ways about it. Wednesday evening, I was watching the telly, and there's Doctor Who, there was Dracula, and then I rounded it off with the Ipcris File on BBC 4. Oh, I was so happy. Sam Seeley had to just stand there. Could have been worse. Could have been Pigbin Josh. But, so, shall we make a start on this in the hope that I get this right?
Yeah, what the hell? Let's give it a shot.
Okay, here we go. Look, we're going for the graphics again, guys. That's not the one I wanted, you see? You see, it hates me. It fucking hates me. I've got to press this and then go to that. Do you know what we need? We need a producer. We need a gallery. That's what I think we need. Anyway, boys and girls.
We need a technical person.
We want this. I forgot to say my thing. And now, from the world's BBC Television's Doctor Who, it's Doctor Who. I feel useless now.
Don't worry, you can say it now. It'll totally cover it. We'll fix it in post.
Sure. There's post-production. This is news to me. The whole point of doing it live was I didn't have to edit anything, though I do miss putting stuff on the end of shows. There's a wonderful one. Like I say, the Old Flash and Blade podcasts, there's over 200 of them, are all on Mixcloud. And I think the first Christmas episode, I put a load of outtakes on. Joe and I had done Reduced Logopolis, Letition Compression, Eliminated Theatre. And I put an outtake from that, which is stuck trying to say the word logopolitan. And it's hilarious. It is. Seriously, go and listen to it. On top of that, Flash and Blade Vidiprog, that Sinister and I did, is also all on YouTube. I should put a link here somewhere. Anyway, that's not what we're doing. The 15th Doctor Who, count them, and her plucky girl assistants, Graham, Ryan, and Yaz, well, they're doing shit, and then naughty men in black glasses and ill-fitting black suits pick them up, and then it all goes tits up. I don't really want to say much more. I mean, we could do it, and we will as we're going along, but I'm trying to think of an easy way into this one. The urge is to just sit here and do a John Sim.
It's a
like
Doctor
that.
Who James Bond type episode.
They were playing with the genre a little bit, yeah, including the Doctor. I should warn you now, there are spoilers for the first episode of Spyfall. Okay. What a blast of fresh air that was.
It was nice. I really liked it.
Yep.
The cast got to dress up all, and
But the
Jodie
writing
got
was
a
better.
new outfit.
The pacing was better. The whole thing just seemed... It was a step up from last year. Last year they were finding their feet. Now, of course, we've got to wait for the other boot to fall. Mixing my metaphors there a little bit. Part 2 is tomorrow. And I'm praying it's as good as part 1. Oh, I've got my fingers crossed. I'm so desperate for it to be a decent two-parter. But part
I will
1,
be hopping in my TARDIS and beaming into London for that one, yes.
Okay, that's nice. What does your TARDIS currently look like?
My TARDIS currently looks like NordVPN.
NordVPN. That's a fascinating TARDIS. Not VOR
It is.
VPN. Not VOR VPN.
No.
Okay, because of course VOR is the big global conglomerate who apparently are the bad guys. Yeah. So Lenny Henry. Lenny Henry. I don't know how much you know about Lenny Henry. How much do you know, Brian? I'll give you a
nothing.
Okay. Lenny Henry is probably one of the best known comics in Britain. He started in the 70s, had to face all the racism and the crap that got thrown at black comedians back then. He managed to weather it, and he has become a national treasure. On top of which, he's also a very fine actor, as we discovered. He's done Othello and Othello, or whatever you want to say it, and various things like that. He's also one of the driving forces behind Comic Relief over here. I saw him act properly in a series of The Syndicate about a group of people who win lottery. And he was remarkable in it. Absolutely remarkable. Here I think possibly his talent is going to waste, but again, we've got a second episode to see that. Now, I've got to ask, you do know who Stephen Fry is?
Of course.
Okay, the world knows who Stephen Fry is. People are basically saying, because Stephen Fry played Control. Hello, Peter. Hello, Control. It was there all along in a bit of Fry and Laurie. And he ostensibly gets bumped off. Would you agree? A pew through
Yes.
the window.
Yeah, that was a waste of a good actor, really.
I
They
don't
could
think
have
he's
kept
dead.
him around for a while.
I don't think he's dead. I think it just grazed him. I
I
genuinely
hope so.
don't think he's dead. I mean, it's a great character to have. It's a good in for stories to have C there. And yeah, I think we'll be seeing more of Stephen Fry.
I hope so.
So do I, very much so, because I mean that was a cough and a spit. Basically, Stephen Fry, like I say, is playing Control or C from MI6, and agents are going missing, and it's all a bit strange. And one of them, their DNA isn't human anymore. Very not human. In fact, the human shell is all that it is, a shell. Something else is inside. And so we end up following the Doctor around. They investigate Vor, Lenny Henry's company, and of course Lenny Henry himself. I'm calling him Lenny Henry all the time because I cannot remember the character's name. I'm so sorry. Feel free to remind me in chat.
He's playing an ex-MI6 agent who went independent.
Lenny Henry?
Yes, he created the Vor industry.
You sure he was MI6?
Yeah, they said so. He used to be an agent. Then he went private sector. And now Vor has more power than some governments.
I'm going to have to go back and rewatch it again, aren't I? Just to pick up on that thing. Because there's another former agent. O.
We need more O.
Named O. Well, it was a little joke, apparently, because Stephen Fry's character would keep going, oh, it's him. But he sort of named himself just to hear the Doctor turn round and say, oh, at the right point. Okay, guys, big spoiler. If you haven't watched this episode, stop watching now and go and watch it, all right? Because we are going to mention it.
Well, let's give them the mini spoiler first.
There's a mini spoiler?
There's a mini spoiler. It's kind of predictable.
Mini O?
Well, yes, because the mini spoiler is it's predictable. Yes, okay. The expert on aliens for MI6 does turn out to be working behind it all.
It's the Master.
It's the Master.
And
that's the big spoiler.
Brilliant. And I've been so stupid. I'm going to vanish out of sight for a moment. I'm having a crap evening. It's all going horrifically wrong. Yeah, O turns out to be the Master. And Sacha Durbin's performance. Hang on. I've got to get the words right because I don't want to do the guy down. His performance as O was lovely. Very subtle, very gentle, very understated.
Yes. It was like watching a schizophrenic switch personalities.
We'll gloss over what you just said there, because there's certain inaccuracies there. But I see the point you're trying to make.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, of course, when it was the Master, his entire physicality changed.
Everything
was remarkable.
About him changed.
The body language, everything. He seemed to suddenly turn into this feral beast that was contained within the shell of the man. That's the best way I can think of describing it.
The very energy of the character changed.
Yeah.
And it was like flipping a switch.
And he does this wonderful little flourish when he's opening the matchbox. There's a little flourish, which I thought was just this lovely little moment. A little bit of colour that it sold it to me. Now, I do have a problem with his performance as the Master in that it's, oh, please don't let him be another nutter. We need to get back to the suave, debonair villain who is a match for the Doctor, rather than a complete nutter that the Doctor has to run around trying to stop. However, I'm going to forgive him this bit simply because you could imagine the Master acting like that because he's fooled the Doctor so completely that he waited so long for his big reveal to her that you can forgive him this snorting and the jumping up and down, which I still thought was wonderful. Let's now see more of the serious side of the character, please, in the second half. Less
The
nutter,
dangerous,
more...
serious side.
Yeah. But I can forgive him that because it was absolutely brilliant. And like I say, his entire physicality changed, the body language, the whole thing. It was remarkable. Suddenly you were looking at a different person, which was an amazing piece of acting, quite frankly. And I take my hat off to Sacha Derwin for that. And yeah, one of the greatest reveals going. As has been said in chat here, I mean, Benny said it's a well-kept secret. Bopey honestly did not know his Master until the reveal. Benny's also said, I thought there was something dodgy about him, but him being the Master, didn't have a clue. No, I don't think anybody had. I saw a tweet from Ben Aranovich, writer of Peter Grant stories in this parish, and he basically said, you bastard, Chibnall. I'm gobsmacked. That hasn't happened to me for 10 years. I know a couple of people were told about it, and someone was saying that the press had been informed, but they were asked to keep quiet about it in return for as much access as they wanted to EastEnders. I don't know how true that is, because that would have been a bit of a... Well, they would have had to work that out with the production office of EastEnders, quite frankly, the bosses there. But it's not the first time Doctor Who and EastEnders have crossed over. Oh, the pain. The pain. Have you ever seen Dimensions in Time, Brian?
No, I don't believe I have.
Okay, tonight's poll, boys and girls.
Oh, boy.
Do we force Brian to watch Dimensions in Time for a review next week? Answer in chat, please.
Please be kind.
I
don't have much sanity left.
I have actually asked him to watch something else, which I did it for a laugh, actually. I discovered it on Twitter last night. Somebody posted it up. I saw it and went, oh, I haven't seen this in ages. Ooh, let's get Brian to see it and we'll talk about it because it'll be funny. But we'll come to that afterwards. So this is going to be another thing. Yes. Okay, it's consensual. Yeah, no, I like this. This is good. Brian, you're watching Dimensions in Time.
Thank you, loyal listeners.
You poor bastard.
See, somebody cares about my sanity.
Well, it's not your sister, I'll tell you that much.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm. Just saying.
Double yes. Oh, thanks. Thank you very much.
You see, this is why I wanted to do it live. We've got interaction, we've got laughs. It's a party rather than just me sitting wobbling on about Daleks. Great cliffhanger. The companions
Excellent
on an
cliffhanger.
exploding plane and Doctor Who being somewhere. Don't know where.
Somewhere high in the air on an exploding plane. Team TARDIS and the Doctor are...
Well, the Doctor's not there. The Doctor's underground somewhere in that place Yaz went to with the
Oh,
dingly
yeah,
things.
she's in that dimension thing, isn't she?
Yeah, the bad guys, the aliens, the first example of front axial projection in Doctor Who actually working. Yeah.
Yeah.
They appear to be extra universal. And they're coming to invade the universe. Can't see the Daleks having much to say about that. Probably one word.
Well, didn't the Daleks already do that?
What? Do what, love?
They left the universe in that void ship?
That's that lot of Daleks. Forget the cult of Skaro, man.
Okay.
Right, they're gone. They're dead. They're dusted. Yeah, we're just talking the Daleks because the Daleks are there now. They're just there. All right, the Daleks. They're part of the universe. They are there. Same with the Time Lords. Though they're right at the end of time and basically everyone's going, we don't like you. Benny makes an interesting point, and I was going to ask about it. Where in the Master's timeline, compared to the Doctor, is this incarnation of the Master from? Is it pre-Missy, after Missy?
Well, let's see. Johnson was the regeneration right before Missy.
Mm-hmm. And before that was
So
the War Master.
yes, the horrible, horrible War Master we shall not speak of. But I
He
think
means
this
the
one might.
character, not the actor.
No, I mean the actor.
You don't like Derek Jacobi? I could understand
No,
it if you...
no. Before that, from the movie, Eric Roberts.
Oh, Roberts, he's been back in as the Master on the audios. He's very good.
I don't know. I've always, ever since that movie By the Sword with him in the fencing club, I've never really liked him.
Okay. All right.
It's
Fair enough.
just a thing.
I
mean,
wasn't
he was
expecting you
good
to
in
say
the
that, but fair enough.
He was good in the martial art movie,
Ah,
but
if you say so.
the Taekwondo U.S. versus Korea team. But I just, ever since, I didn't like his
2 seconds.
version of the Master.
2 seconds. Bopey, do me a favour. Next time you see him, flick him round the ears, will you? It'll amuse me greatly, and it'll probably get him off the subject of martial arts movies, which we do not cover on this show. It's violence, man. Don't do violence. So, where were we? I was getting somewhere with this, and I can't remember where I was getting with because of martial arts and Eric Roberts.
Master Timeline.
Ah, yeah, the Master's Timeline. Where did he come from? Because apparently Missy couldn't regenerate after what Sim's Master did to her. Do we know specifically that Missy is the next incarnation of the Master after John Sim? Do we know that? Was it specifically stated?
I believe so. I believe there was a recollection of her coming to right after John Sims died and regenerated.
I'm not sure. Genuinely, I am not sure. I'd have to go back and watch those two stories.
We'll have to
the
review
Genesis
that.
of the Cybermen, as I call them. Sorry, World Enough and Time and the Doctor Falls. Possibly the best Doctor Who in a decade. This, however, was very, very good. I was sitting there. I was so happy afterwards. The writing was on form. It wasn't anywhere near as stilted as it had been last year. It flowed smoothly. It made sense. That's a nice thing.
They weren't trying so hard with this one. You know?
I disagree. I think they were
trying last year it was very obvious that they were trying.
Yeah, exactly. They've got the year under their belt now. They know what works, what doesn't work. Admittedly, there's still other stuff they've got to, find out about. And this is their second year. This is the difficult second album, basically. And so far, the first track's a bit of a corker. And this is one of their stadium anthems. That's the best way I can put it. Spyfall gets part 1 gets a huge thumbs up from me. Brian? Say more.
Yes,
do
definitely.
more talking.
More talking. Well, Spyfall does get a huge thumbs up. It's definitely showing that they're not freshman writers anymore for Doctor Who. They've evolved. They know what their audience wants. They know what their audience needs. They're maturing into the run. I'm still waiting for I Am the Doctor moment.
Yes. However, one of the things I
but
did like...
I'm hoping it's coming up.
I was looking at Jodie, and it's the bit where the front axial projection creature almost gets in through the TARDIS doors. The look of horror on her face. She's stunned horror that this could happen. And they did linger on it slightly. And it suddenly made me think, bang, she's there. She really is there. I liked that. A silent moment which just worked.
It did.
Very much so.
And then again, when she's wearing the tux, she looked beautiful as always. And
did she?
I look forward to, her being my next restraining order. So everything's good in life.
Another one. Seriously?
I'm wallpapering a new den. Please, I need something.
Did you see that? I managed to get the thing in. It's
I
good,
saw
wasn't it?
that.
It was good. Brian watches himself on Twitch whilst we do this. So, part 1, excellent. Really, really enjoyed it. Not a lot to pick apart per se. Just to say how much of a step up it was for the show. Would you agree?
Oh yes,
I mean,
definitely a step.
as Benny says there, it was a romp. And as such, there's not a huge amount to start looking at the layers of the script and the depths and this, that and the other. It's just a case of just gently think about it. You know? Good stuff, but though, wouldn't you agree?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, I
was
suppose
a
I'm
good
going to
time.
have to say it. That was Doctor Who. Hey! Look at that. I almost see... hello, Adam. It's got to be Adam. It can only be Adam. Sorry, somebody's come on as Derek Akora, who apparently has died. I'm not going to say what I think about Derek Akora, because I know at least one listener of The Flashing Blade. Rather likes Derek, so fair enough. But then again, Mary loved Dick. So, that's not quite the end of Doctor Who. But we'll come back to what we're going to talk about in a moment. Dracula! The second thing on New Year's Day. Mark Gatiss and Stephen Moffat. The usual doomsayers going, oh God, don't screw it up. Admittedly, the BBC did sort of screw up War of the Worlds, but that's something we're going to have to
They
live
didn't
with.
screw this one up though.
Okay. Hello, Sam. Yeah. No, they didn't. All right. They took inspiration from Bram Stoker's original and then played
They've
with
changed it around a little bit.
it. Yeah, they always said it was going to be a modern-day Dracula. The first 2 episodes... I can't say more than that, can I? Damn, I can't mention the 2nd and 3rd episodes.
I know it's hard.
Because some of you haven't actually seen them, have you, Brian?
No, no, I've not.
So let's just discuss about that first episode. Luscious, beautiful, proper horror. Not just gore, but proper horror.
Yes, it's very refreshing.
Incredibly refreshing. Some nice tips of the hat to others. For example, there's times where Dracula looks like Bela Lugosi. Just sudden, quickly. And then there's one bit where he comes in to bite somebody, and I swear it's from that poster for one of the Hammer Dracula films. It could
More
easily
than
be
likely.
Christopher Lee coming in to bite. This Dracula's quite chatty. There's a lovely thing. It was a love letter to Hammer. You're quite right too. I do need to watch the Dracula documentary that Mark Gatiss did to accompany this. I haven't had a chance to see that yet. I've got to look for it on iPlayer. Want to talk more about this, however, with people not being able or haven't been seeing it. Basically.
Well, let's just talk up until the cliffhanger. The first episode
Okay.
cliffhanger of...
Okay. First of all, we love Agatha Van Helsing.
Agatha Van Helsing is
She's
quite...
brilliant. What a
She's
brilliant character.
perfect.
Brilliant character, superbly played, lovely Dutch accent. Very forthright, very right. We're going to do something rather than, oh dear. She's got an idea, she's got a plan, she looks at things differently. Lovely. Absolutely wonderful character. Basically, Jonathan Archer, of course, ends up going to Castle Dracula, ostensibly to just get Dracula to sign some documents for some property over in Britain. Jonathan, unfortunately, is then told it's been agreed that he should stay there for a month to help Dracula learn English and customs. Dracula does learn English and customs, however, not by being consciously taught by John Harker. They've come with this wonderful little idea where Dracula can absorb memories and instincts and this, that, and the other from the people whose blood he drinks. As a result, Dracula gets younger as he drinks the blood, and also his English improves dramatically.
He becomes a more modernized version of Dracula.
Yeah, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to complain about, but I do remember the Harrow films, and I must profess, Christopher Lee wasn't given an awful lot to do apart from stand there and glower.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so it's nice to have a Dracula who is really proactive in the talking sense of it. I know it sounds a bit odd, but yeah. Harker, we find out Harker's telling his tale to Sister Agatha and another nun. And slowly, because his memory is a bit shattered, he's not entirely certain what's what. And Agatha keeps referring to a thing he wrote to basically, this is my report of what happened, what I can recollect. Eventually he comes to look at it, and all he's got is Dracula is Lord, I serve Dracula, I love Dracula, blah, 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 blah.
Must serve Dracula, Dracula is master, Dracula is God, blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
You said that with conviction.
Well, yeah.
And he's, what, I didn't write this. Yes, I'm afraid you did, mate. Jonathan's undead. And
Jonathan realizes he's undead. He's actually, through discussing what happened at Castle Dracula, he comes to realize, I did die there, and I did become a vampire, and I'm not really breathing right now.
It's an interesting thing, Dracula, he's been experimenting with brides, trying to pass on the vampirism without the target, the subject, if you like, because he says they're experiments. Without them losing their sanity, without them turning feral or whatever. And he's getting there. He is getting there.
Yeah, he's trying to make an equal. That's what I'm gathering from.
Nobody could equal him. I guarantee.
Well, someone he could consider an equal or close to it.
I wonder if there's going to be a second series.
I hope so.
I've got those of you who've actually seen all three parts, don't say anything. But I want to know what made him turn bad. All right, he's an old warlord, but he comes over as a complete psychopath. Yes. Yeah, it's Vlad the Impaler, isn't it?
Is it?
Going by the old Dracula legends, yeah.
Well, he only goes by Dracula, not Vlad.
No. That was the House Dracula, which is dragon, isn't it, in Latin?
Dracul, son of the dragon.
Yeah.
Dracula, son of the dragon.
He does mention that he's a warlord. He's originally a warlord. But I want to know what made him just go so mad. All right, was it the vampirism? Was he always like this? Because, this guy's a psychopath. There's no two ways about it. He takes pleasure from what he does.
Well, there's a big drop of a clue in the fact that he keeps getting repelled by the cross, but he keeps saying that, oh, but you don't know the reason why.
The thing is, neither does he.
Or does he?
You have to wait and find out, aren't you? Again, not saying anything. So, whilst I'm going to give a huge thumbs up to all three episodes, you've got some delightful television to watch, Brian. We can't discuss
I'm looking
more
forward to this.
I'm afraid. Maybe next week, Brian might have had a chance to watch it to cleanse the palate.
Brian will have had the chance to view all three episodes.
Yeah, after cleansing it'll be something to cleanse the palate with after Dimensions in Time. I'm so sorry about that.
Disappointing chicken wings.
It's an evil chat room we have. They're evil doing this to you. I can't take any blame. I'm blameless.
It's okay. I don't mind. I'll
Quick
simply
explanation.
pop in
I
the
don't know how
TARDIS
much
and...
you know, but EastEnders is a fairly long-running British TV soap opera on the BBC. Set in the East End of London, called Blimey Governor, Mary Poppins. That's what you think of the East End, isn't it? Careful.
No, it's not.
We'll get Professor Dave onto you. So, oh hello, this has gone out. Look, guys, you're coming into my home. You get me. So, big thumbs up for Dracula. All 3 episodes from me, but Brian, obviously, and we can't discuss more than that was in that first episode. All I'm going to say is please go and watch it somehow.
Oh, yes.
Please. It was wonderful television. Like I said, it had Doctor Who, then Dracula. And then I put one of my favourite films on, which is The Icarus File. Icarus Factor? And, it was a very pleasant evening. There was serious Sam Seeley. Yeah. We have...
What did the people in chat think of Dracula? Any thoughts? Anybody see it?
I don't know. I think they're dead. I'm not sure.
They may have died. They may be undead.
That's how I think of our readers, if I'm honest with you. Dracula sucks. Thank you, Adam. Cheers, love. That has got to be Adam. It can't be anybody else. I know him too well. So, one last little thing to look at. And yes, we are going to be revealing the results of the Star Trek Online competition. That is coming up. But first of all, I saw something on the Twitters last night, and I thought I'll click on this and watch it. I haven't seen it in God knows how long. A documentary back in 1991, Resistance is Useless, a Doctor Who documentary. I'll tell you a tale about this afterwards, Brian, but I wanted you to have a look at it to see the sort of thing we got in 1990 or 91, where it showed what the public and indeed the BBC attitude to Doctor Who was at the time. So, what did you make of it?
I liked it. It was actually an excellent primer for Doctor Who.
Mm-hmm. The presentation of it?
Presentation was fine. It went through all the then current Doctor Who's.
Miss
Up
Peter
to,
Davison.
I believe, yep, up to 1992. Prior to the movie coming out on Fox.
Yeah, I didn't like the anorak. Because that was a piss take of your typical...
Yeah.
your stereotypical Doctor Who fan. Fair enough. It's in the past. But back then, it sort of jabbed a little bit. Because you got to remember, back then Doctor Who wasn't a big thing or anything else like that. Us fans are a small, tiny community, and it just, ooh, I'm scared. We were looked down upon. I mean, we still are to a certain extent, but now Doctor Who's far more mainstream. Back then, oh, God almighty. So that just sort of confirmed what people thought of us. Which is ironic, really. Moving on to my story, because a lot of the people who actually made it were fans. I remember being at the Fitzroy Tavern. Steve Roberts came in with a load of questionnaires. Favourite cliffhanger, favourite this, favourite that, favourite the other. I don't remember knowing what it was for. That's all I'm going to say. And it was actually, they were asking the people at the tavern for clip ideas for this documentary. I think I ended up putting the best cliffhanger was the Dalek going up the stairs at the end of Remembrance of the Daleks Part 1. Because that was a storming one. Something they showed at the end of Resistance is Useless. This isn't a proper review, quite frankly. None of our reviews are proper. But it is... For me, it's a touch of nostalgia. For Brian, it's something new. But silence is for you to fill.
Yeah, I liked it. Honestly, it only hit me as a primer.
Mm-hmm.
As an intro to Doctor Who. This is what has come to pass.
To be
it's
fair,
showing.
it was a retrospective back then.
It was. Just seeing everything as it came about, it brought back some memories. Some of the episodes I do remember. Some of them I liked. Um, some of them actually stayed with me for years. But
Yeah, it's actually interesting to look at just to see the quality of the old black and white stuff. There's stuff that hasn't been recolorized from the Pertwee era. There's no vidfire technique. Nothing's been cleaned up. That shows just how murky things were when we used to get the original videos of them. You know,
oh yeah,
even when you're watching them, there's still that little. There's the barrier of the curtain of, which is made up of the deteriorated prints, if that makes any sense. You've got to see beyond that to see the truth of it. But it just adds this foggy veneer over watching it, if that makes any sense, which plays into the whole thing about these mysterious episodes being back, from the 60s. Nowadays, we've seen them all. They're all vidfired. They're crystal clear. You're seeing them on big televisions. It's not the same, but yeah, it's so if it's on Daily Motion. Resistance is useless if you fancy watching it. Easy to get hold of. Go onto Daily Motion and just use their search function, and it'll bring it up. It's all right, but I just wanted to do it for a bit of fun. Plus, it was important that Brian watched it so he could see the anorak. Oh,
I did not like that.
That's what the point I'm making, you know?
Yeah, that just seemed kind of forced.
Well, like I say, it just shows what Doctor Who was thoughts of, like, back then.
Yeah.
So that is all the reviewing to do. A couple more things. The winner of our competition to win my old Star Trek Online account, as well as an invite. It'd be an invite, which reminds me, have you had a chance to watch Wurzel Gummidge?
No.
Okay, we're going to look at that next week, Brian.
Uh-oh.
Gonna have to look it up. Mackenzie Crook's Wurzel Gummidge. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to do that. We are.
Okay.
We're not going to look at it seriously, but do you remember the old Wurzel? Did you ever see any of the old Wurzel Gummidge? Okay, it's the story of the Scarecrow of Scatterbrook Farm. Oh, Jesus, fuck, that was hard. It's a scarecrow comes to life.
Okay.
It's from a series of books, and then in the 70s, John Pertwee decided to play Wurzel, which is why all the Doctor Who fans are now looking at this new thing, and some of them going, and some of them going, and finally, it's been brought back. We'll discuss it next week because it deserves to be touched upon. I think it's worthy of it. Gosh, don't I sound pompous. So, the winner of the Star Trek competition. Yeah, now, guys, I don't know how many of you are new to this show, but there's over 200 episodes on Mixcloud you can listen to. There's 60 episodes on the Flashing Blade YouTube channel of myself and Sinister, of varying quality. They get better as the show goes on. Different equipment gets brought in, this, that, and the other. However, the one thing you missed totally is that when we ask a question, we don't expect serious answers. How we choose it is whatever makes us laugh the most. We got serious answers to this, so I thought, I'm okay. Gonna have to put them in a hat, aren't we? So that's what we've done. We've put them in a hat, and we've drawn out a winner. Sorry, this pause is for suspense. I suppose I really should.
Wait.
Huh?
Drum roll.
No, I believe that was a tumbleweed. So are you rocking your keyboard in the hope that the microphone would pick up the sound of it?
Yeah, pretty much.
It didn't.
It didn't.
It didn't. It just
Okay.
wobbled a little bit. It was nice though. Nice try. Fair dues. You know. The winner is Nessie Exec. Congratulations, Nessie. Your name was plucked out of the hat. I will be in touch probably through YouTube PM. I will send you a link to the Discord server first of all, so that we can talk you through downloading it and talk you through getting the account moved over to an email address of yours, etc., etc., etc. Plus, there's a lot on that account, so we're going to have to gently talk you through it. All right. I don't know if you've played Star Trek Online before. Oh, Starship porn. I'm bad. TARDIS porn and Starship porn. Two of my greatest weaknesses. I just sit there in the game, just looking at the starships and drooling. It's a terrible thing. But well done, Nessie. Yeah, we'll get you in on this Discord server and we'll sort you out and hopefully you'll enjoy it. But well done for winning that. That's good. Last thing, got to give a shout out to the Doctor Who Appreciation Society. In the past, I have been critical of the DWAS with some fair reason. However, I realise that I appear to be bearing grudges and I shouldn't be. DWAS is a good little organisation, does some amazing stuff. The Reference Department, for example. And, of course, Cosmic Mask, their fiction zine, etc. They run a wonderful little convention called The Capitol. And one of the reasons I like it is it's 5 minutes down the road from me, which is always nice. It's here in Crawley in West Sussex. If you can, come along to it, because it's a great little convention. It's over 2 days and it's relaxed, it's happy. It's what a convention should be, not one of these giant mega Comic-Con things which is a monument to greed. This isn't. It's just nice. It's almost the cottage industry convention. It's a bit like Hooverville up in Derby. And I should imagine Big Finish Day is up in Derby as well, because the same guys are running it. So have a little look for the DWAS Capital website. There's some great guests, and they're going to be announcing some more over the next couple of months. And if you can come down to it, please do, because I'd love to meet you, have a cup of coffee. And there's some good stuff. Plus Katie will be there, and we love Katie. We just love Katie Manning. She told me to read more. Bang! That was the name being dropped. We went to the theatre and I was so impressed with it. I told her I wanted to do an audio version of The Rivals, and she said, oh, no, there's far more obscure stuff than that. Don't be fooled by Katie's act. That's all I'm going to say. That is one sharp cookie. Right then, that's it. We've given out a shout out, haven't we? We've done the competition stuff. We've not really covered much in any detail, which is about normal for the Flashing Blade. That's it for the show. Next week! Spyfall Part 2. Possibly Benny Boy. We shall see. Dimensions in Time. You bastards.
I get tortured.
Yeah.
Yes.
What do you mean you get tortured? I got to actually think back to it and talk about it. Oh.
So that means you might have to actually watch it.
No.
Ooh.
No. There's only one version of it I'm going to watch. That's on YouTube, and it's with production subtitles, which may or may not be entirely serious. Madam, what year is this? So, who was that terrible woman? Sorry. All this will fall into place. Don't worry, it's not very long. All right. We might do stuff like that. We'll do that. We'll do The Curse of Fatal Death, which is brilliant.
And let us not forget Dracula.
Oh yeah, we'll be talking a little bit more about Dracula. Not much, because I've done my talking and can't be
You've
asked.
finished the series, yes.
Yeah. All I know is it was bloody lovely, and I want more. I do. Yeah. So that's it, boys and girls. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to faff around now doing this. Oh, Brian's vanished. Brian, you vanished.
Oh no!
You look better. Don't worry. And that's it. We shall see you 9 p.m. GMT next week on same bat time, same bat channel, on twitch.tv/McFadden. If you're watching this on YouTube, please, if you can, come and hang out with us on the Saturday night. Come and join in. All right. Yep, we got regulars, but everyone's welcome. All right. Nessie, I'll be in touch. And, well, Brian, it's time to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
It's amazing. He did that without moving his lips. Well,
I am just a puppet.
Actually, I was thinking you're currently Windows Media Player. But there we go. You do it very well. As cosplays go, that's pretty up there. I'm going to be honest.
All hail Skynet.
Scared now. Ta-ra, folks.
You've got to fight for what you want, for all that you believe. It's right to fight for what we want, to live the way we please. As long as we have done our best, then no one can do more. And life and love and happiness are well worth fighting for. They're well worth fighting for.